GWM, go with more. GWM, go with more. GWM, go with more.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to GWM Taklimakan Rally live stream. And we can see Teacher Her is here also. Friends on the side and also friends in the live stream. Today is the SS7 stage, and after previous 6 difficult stages, the racers finally got a rest day yesterday. So today, they are full of energy today because for SS6, it was 179 kilometers. And what's the performance of the GWM? Let's review the fantastic moment.
And it was nice to drive, a nice stage. Well, for us, we are just trying to enjoy. Now, I think we are really far away from the first on the overall classification, but we will try to get our maximum every day, try to finish. For the future stages, we will try to win.
Today was a long stage. It was an incredible wind. In the top, in the dune, it's impossible to see when the dune is good or the dune is up. There is very, very hard for that area. I want to that, but well, step by step, the rally smooth. When I feel good to make a power, we push a lot.
今天就是赛道的这个能见度特别低，今天刮大风淋的，基本上你看不出去3米。5、6赛段的我们
And you cannot see somewhere like 3 meters away. And my co-driver is very good. For the devil stage, we had no issue at all. And I'm like the vehicle more and more now. Dear friends, welcome back. This is the starting point of the SS7. We are in the desert, and teacher who needs to share something about you of SS6. We know that SS5, SS6, both in E54 pond. For these two stages, they are too difficult, similar difficult. For the 5, 280 kilometers, and the another one is 179. And the overall performance of GWM was very good. 251 Cavigliasso, that is 3 hours, 52 minutes, and 17 seconds. Because of the problem of the vehicle, the Navarro did not finish the race. He overtook many vehicles. 3 hours, 28 minutes, and 28 seconds. 2 minutes away from Cavigliasso. And Niels is also very good. And the next one, and the Nine did not finish got the 8th place. 3 hours, 43 minutes, 47 seconds. We have to say that many netizens, the Navarro 252, he was crazy. He ran like more than 30 for setting up the vehicle and coming back. He was early. If you don't finish the race, and there will be time penalty, so many hours. For Paul Navarro, in order to get the championship, that will be very difficult. I talked to the co-driver, and the next thing for us to do is to go all the way and get the best performance for the next following stages. Just have fun. Previously, we talked about that for the race. If you cannot accomplish the race, you'll be under quite a lot of pressure, especially at the difficult stage. SS5, SS6. There were 13 vehicles did not enter the stage for that difficult stage, and 18 vehicles did not finish the race. So the percentage is a little bit lower compared to SS5. For SS6, the completion percentage is lower. Did not set up the vehicle. So for today, they prepared a lot. For some races, they had many mistakes. For SS5 and SS6, they gave up to repair the vehicle, and now they are full of energy. For SS7, many people care about our races, and we thank you for your support. And other vehicles will be set off, and we will look forward to wonderful performance. For the Taklimakan race, for the rules and regulations, I want to make some correction. So you don't finish the race for 5 times, and then there will be withdrawal. Yesterday, I tried to get some information. If there are 3 times you did not set off the vehicle in the camp, and then you must have a withdrawal, retired. And we watched some videos. Some races think that the vehicles are not prepared. Maybe they will try to choose the withdrawal. So no matter what, we can see that this year's Taklimakan rally, the stage, the rule, and also the intensity of the race and the rules, everything has become more difficult. Yes, I know all of you can understand. It's not just the test for the racers and the vehicles, but also the logistics support. We're trying to improve the system and prepare for the Dakar rally, especially for GWM. The logistics support has greater role in this rally. Two roles. First is training, provide the best support for the racers and vehicles in shortest time and prepare the vehicle in shortest time. The second thing is that they need to gather the information comprehensively so the vehicles can have better improvement and also based on the reasonable data. That is why GWM this year not just focus on the race, we focus on the R&D, and they are moving forward with our races. So Calivilia yesterday also mentioned that for the previous several stages, he focused on protecting the vehicle, not just for the performance, but need to get the reference of the data because the goal is the car rally. So every day we talk a lot about the previous 4 stages will not decide a lot about the final result. SS3 long distance 463, but not too long. SS5, SS6, Devil Stage, one of them. Another one also similar to Devil Stage. SS5 is Devil Stage, and SS6 is the old Devil Stage, just like the father of the devil. So for SS6, you set up the vehicle, departure late, that not an advantage because there was the rain, there was the sand. So 0 to 3 kilometers, soft land, soft sand, and there was the wind, and then you could not see well. So no advantage at all. Another thing is that many people think that for off-road race, it will not be difficult to overtake. Yes, really difficult. There is the route was well designed. There is a narrow path, so in the desert, there will be traffic congestion. And if you want to overtake the vehicle, and maybe you will get stuck, and there will be the chicken pit most likely. So in the race, there is a technical requirement. For Dakar rally, there are many talents. They are good at doing the overtake. There's full of smoke. They cannot see anything, and then they can just go overtake. But it's really difficult. The Pavaro just cannot be as good as Caviglia because the departure time too late. Yes, I talk about the dust overtaking. With the 500 Hyper-G online, there's the video that's so dusty, and there was a tank coming out. That was awesome. Just now we talk about SS6, and very soon we will have some summary for you after previous 6 stages. What is the situation after the 6 stages for T2, T3 for Caviglia? So ranks number 1. 22 hours, 43 minutes, and 22 seconds. The Chinese news, 22 hours, 51 minutes, and 5 seconds. For these races, the overall ranking, one is 25, another one is 26. Really good performance. We want to cheer for news, Nissan. Another thing is that so these two just have 8 minutes difference. So after 2 difficult stages, these 2 people, it's hard to tell which one is better than the another one. They are almost the same. So they just like the wrestling. So the Maggie, that may be difficult. If you want to make a difference, maybe there will be the accidents or mistakes. So for the following stages, we need to focus on stability. The cumulative result, like 3 hours away from the latter one. So that will not be the big influence for the final result. The next one also GWM, Ma Hailong. 25 hours, 23 minutes, and 24 seconds. And that racer mentioned the stage will be easy. He was really confident. For Ma Hailong, the fourth place, and just 4 minutes and 28 seconds away from the third place. So just one stage, 4 minutes and 28 hours, and just one stage, and he can be better than the previous one, the third place. The fifth place also from GWM, Zhou Renbing, 25 hours, 25 minutes, and 58 seconds, and just 2 minutes and 34 minutes away from the previous one. We have 5 races among the top 10, and for the top 6, we already have the 5 of them from our GWM, just like half of the kingdom, the top half of the kingdom. So for the Chinese races, they are very, very close to each other, and the following stages will be the easier one for them, and will be ranking first or second. That will be hard to say. So for the leading races and the third place, there is a small difference. And from the third to the 10th, for these races, the biggest difference is just like 25 minutes. The smallest difference is 2 minutes and 34 seconds. So from the third place and 10th place, even you think about the cumulative result, there's no big difference. Big difference. There will be 3 stages. And first, do not make major mistakes. And second, for the stage, they will try to be fast, because some of the racers did not finish the stage because maybe they will be driving really fast, really crazily. So there will be some impact from it. So from the difficulty design of the stage, the main set of Taklimakan rally is really similar to the Dakar rally. The previous several stages, just like warming up exercise, so they can be familiar with the environment and the vehicles. So they are not so difficult. Dakar is the same. The previous few stages, there is no big difference. It's hard to say who will win, and then there will be the one with high difficulty, like marathon stage, and there may be a big difference. For example, in Taklimakan rally, SS5, SS6, the devil stage and old devil stage, and 280 kilometers and 190 kilometers, really long, and you can see bigger difference in these 2 stages. And for the following stages, for the teamwork, for the team, the group, they need to have good tactic. They need to make good arrangement. For example, GWM Cavigliasso and Nissan, 3 hours the advantage. The requirement is to trying to get the victory while maintaining stability. There will be no major mistakes. If there is the flat tire, they need to replace the tire as soon as possible. And for some races like Na Yingtai, Paul Navarro, they need to go really fast for them to get a chance to get the championship, a lower chance, but still have the chance, because the time penalty, that was a big deal. Maybe less chance, so in the race, get the golden helmet, that would be also good. We noticed that Na Yingtai, for the 2.0 stage, there is a big difference from the Everett, but Na Yingtai ranks 3rd, and maybe will be 2nd later. So our performance is quite competitive. But for the T2, actually, we have fewer members now, but for different stage, I still believe that more GWM vehicles will be ranking top level. Navarro. Yesterday, she only got the second place because the departure. I think today he will be in front of other vehicles. Really look forward to seeing that. Yesterday's performance was really good, and they told me that it's okay. It's really humble. For Na Yintai, for SS5, the accumulative time penalty 49 hours and 30 minutes, so a long time. For Navarro, 54 hours and 13 minutes, so imaginable. So for them, that they need to try their best to get the champion, and maybe there will be other tests from the team. I don't know, but they need to protect themselves and protect the team members like Cavigliasso and Red. For some teams, maybe they are thinking, maybe they'll find it really hard to get a championship, but maybe they have the tactic, the team tactic, and many vehicles forming the team, so the time difference they will be smaller. So, also in the race, they can help each other. So for off-road race, no matter you belong to which club or which team, there will be mutual assistance all the time.
So you actually have a pretty good place to start your race. So do you have any expectations?
Yeah, today was we think we have a good stay for us. Well, last night I looking for the area with the road book. I think will be a interesting stage. Well, we are excited to start.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Bye bye.
He looks so relaxing. I asked him about the set of position. That's really good. He checked the rowboat last night. Maybe it will not be too difficult. And the departure position also good. And he hopes that he can have a good performance after SS5 and SS6. And they all look relieved.
Hello.
Great, how are you? Fine? Yeah. Fine.
Please.
Morning, everybody. Good morning. So, today, I assume as a team that we need to use different strategy, right?
Yes,
we have some drivers starting from front, and some driver like Navarro, maybe he need to push all the way, right? Tell us about our strategy.
Yeah, I think normally we don't share too much of the strategy, but for us, I mean, we can be rather transparent today. Nico is, of course, having a very comfortable lead, 2.5 hours to 3 hours over the P2 and the P3 position. We will, of course, try to protect that lead. We need to be very careful with that because we know that we have a sensitive front grille because we are meeting FIA specifications, which is different from Chinese regulations. So we need to then manage that situation and be careful. And the role, of course, of Pau and Jan is to actually stay close and be the brother supporting if something would unfortunately happen with Nico. So there's a 2 minutes difference between the both cars, and they will work together as a team to ensure that we can capitalize on our P1. Then, of course, we have the opportunity with our other tank 700 driven by Gerard to continue to set a different pace and to contribute to our ongoing testing for Dakar 2027.
Wow, it's very straightforward.
It's mathematics. So.
Yeah.
Just now, I asked Alan, after the previous 6 stages, maybe he will have some adjustment in terms of tactic. Normally, that is a secret for us. But today we can be transparent because for Califigliasso and Red, they are leading like 3 hours leading advantage. So there is the modification based on the regulation, and there is the limitation of the radiator, and we not change the heat dissipation tank. And most like important thing that is we need to protect the heat dissipation on the front, and they need to be careful when they do the operation. Even though the ferris performance is not too ideal, and today he also needs to focus on the preparation and testing of the race and get more information. There is the main
to
thing.
mention that there I cannot give you more of our strategy, but we are here with 3 prototype cars, and none of them is identical to the other. So we are testing different fuel tank dimensions. We are testing 3 different brands in terms of tires. We're testing different hybrid parameters. So this is also very important for us, that each of the different drivers with a different car is providing us more information, more performance data for us then to make the next decisions for the next development plan towards Dakar 2027.
Alan also mentioned that for this year's Taklimakan rally, there's another work, important work, is about the vehicles. There's different kinds of vehicles involved in the rally, and different sizes for the fuel tank and motor, different parts. So they need to gather enough information and prepare for the Dakar rally.
So what do you think of the hybrid power in GWM?
Well, I'm actually honored to be able to be involved in this project as a consultant for Grade 1 Motor, because Grade 1 Motor will be the first Chinese car manufacturer going to Dakar in T2 category, and will also be the first manufacturer on global level to bring hybrid technology to the T2 category. So this is amazing, and this is also testimony of the vision of Grade 1 Motor, the capability of using hybrid technology not only in passenger cars, but in fact in off-road cars. And it gives very interesting benefits in order to support the V6 engine. So we don't talk a lot about the hybrid technology here because it's simply working very well.
Yeah.
Just now, Nancy asked a question. For the GWM power system, how do you feel about that? And he is really honored to be part of GWM and be hired as the expert and consultant leading this team, be part of the team. That is an honor for him. So GWM as a Chinese enterprise, the first one leading the team to the Dakar Rally with the world-class level, and he's honored to be here. And GWM is the first team getting the hybrid power system to have the competition like the Dakar Rally. At the meantime, for the power system, there's not much to say because the power is really enough, really good.
What do you think about today's race? Because we have a quite fast track for the first 147 kilometers. It's something like a WRC track, right?
Yes. And as I said, the Tank 700 configuration is of course chosen specifically for such terrains. In Dakar, the top speed of 170 kilometers is beneficial, both in the T1 Plus and the T2 category. The long stretches, the gravel road conditions, is all part of the endurance racing. So we are very confident in the start of this SS7. We will be more careful when we arrive into the dunes. The big dunes do not represent any problem for us. In the smaller dunes, we need to be careful about the approach angle and to make sure that we go smooth through these elements.
Just now I mentioned that for the first part, 147 kilometers, just like the WRC stage, many gravels, what will be the challenges for our vehicles? And I mentioned that our vehicle, the high-40 tank 700, for the road on the gravel road, the speed can be good. So for our team, there is a very important reference stage. So for Dakar Rally, there will be a situation like this, like 170, the maximum hourly speed that will be reached. So this can be the reference, and in the desert, you'll be careful. Big dune, no problem. But for the small dunes, you need to focus on the ankles and do some adjustment. I can see the vehicles are going to departure. Let's take a look. Thank you very much. So we can see the racers are well prepared. Teacher Ma, give me the microphone, please. Hello, Teacher Ma. Really nice to see you, and we are really delighted to see that for the previous stages, but for the SS5, SS6, you did really good. So for your performance right now, you rank fourth. 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 24 seconds. You're really in good condition. Can you talk about SS5 and 6 and with the difficulties, and what's your feeling and how to deal with the difficulties? Like the torture, quite torturing. It was not easy to accomplish, no matter it's the Gobi or other things, all complicated. The physical energy should be maintained. The vehicles should be well protected and go to the final point. SS6, easier, a little bit easier than the SS5. There was the speed, but in the middle part, there was the desert. The situation was a situation. There was the vehicle got stuck. So SS7, there was the gravel road, and I checked the road book. There'll be like WRC, like that kind of gravel road. I like this kind of stage. The corner, I like this a lot. So in this situation, the long distance off-road and WRC, there'll be different ways to do the communication with the co-driver. There will be a good coordination with the navigator. If the co-driver is providing the right direction, our vehicle can move really fast. Another question. How much away from the third place do you know? You don't want to know. If you don't want to know the difference between you and the third place, I don't want to influence you. You don't want to know. I don't want to tell you. I hope that after the good performance with the SS5 and SS6, and I hope that you can have good performance for this stage. Big up. He's really calm. Really calm. When we talk to the racers, some racers want to know the result. Some racers think they want to focus on right now, don't want to be distracted. Teacher Zhang Jianfeng, hello. You stay in the middle, okay? Let's have a little talk, small talk. So, Teacher Zhang, what kind of feeling do you have for today? This year's Taklimakan Rally is more difficult than the previous years. Long distance, and we got up really early before this when the sky is still dark. There's special stage, and the weather is not good, and the vision is not good. So they talk about the SS3 long distance and SS5, SS6 travel stages, the E54 pond, and they face different challenges and talk about the 2011 vehicles got stuck. Yeah, that is indeed true. So they did not use E54 pond after 2011, but it's still really powerful. Did you have a race here in E54 pond? Yes. I want to ask you. So 2011, did you have the Moon Festival in the desert? We went back to the camp. Yes. So there was the end of the stage. I remember that. The races, the drivers were able to come out, but the vehicles were still stuck there. Your vehicle was in the desert now. I did not finish the stage, but I was out, so did not suffer a lot. So 2011, just 140 kilometers. This year is 280 kilometers. What's your feeling about this year's E54 pond? Because there was a situation before, and more well prepared, better prepared. So after the E54 pond stage, I enjoyed it, and it was quite relaxing. My vehicle was in good condition, and there was a good cooperation between me and the navigator. And navigator was really good. I was the last one, and I saw many vehicles got start on the way to the final point. When I saw the vehicle getting stuck there, just a reminder for me, this is very difficult. The vehicle stopped there. It is possible for my vehicle to stop there too. So just try to remind myself and try to be careful. For E54 pond, the rescue effort 4 times, and I replaced the tire, and for that day, and the result was quite good, very good. Today's stage is different. The high speed. The first part is 147 kilometers. We had this last year. I can enjoy this stage. Do you have some expectations for the following stages? Moving forward, we need to be relaxed and enjoy the race. That is more important. For the vehicle you're driving right now, how do you feel about that? Really good. For this tank, high 40. The performance is really good. The assisted power. I'm really impressed by the Devil stage, SS5. When the big vehicle, the vehicle stopped there, and they were not able to climb the hill, and my vehicle just finished that easily. So really powerful. There was the power, really impressive. The temperature that day was really high. Before, I was worried about the heat dissipation, but that day, it was good in this regard, and it was really good at climbing the hill. And I prepared a lot, and there were so many surprises that day, and I got relaxed. So for that stage, it was quite relaxing for me. I enjoyed it a lot. This is the first time you cooperate with your co-driver. Do you have some stories, and do you have some conflict or confliction with your co-driver? Of course, there will be some. For the first stage, we have been cooperating to the 3rd stage. But after the 3rd stage, there is a really good cooperation between us. So the driver and the co-driver, one is the rhythm, another one is the habit. For example, for some drivers, they want some more hint, and some drivers don't want to hear too much. Sometimes some want the detailed one, some want the simple one. The key point and the key information done, and I will do the remaining. I want a detailed one. There will be the clear picture. So provide the information, the hints from the rule book, and provide all the information. So for this year's navigation waypoint, are they difficult for the navigator? Yes, quite difficult. As a racer, when I'm driving the straight direction, and there is the waypoint going that, and later going to that direction, I went there and then I'm back here again. So the good big test for the co-driver. So the design of the organizer is very good. I think it's awesome. So there are many participants and many enthusiasts. And the level of the race, the Taklimakan rally, is getting higher. Really wonderful. There will be a good development in China's automobile race. I hope you can enjoy the race again and get your expected performance. I hope you will have a good performance. Big up. So we can see that Teacher Zhang, the SS5, SS6, the most difficult stages, if you can handle it well, and you'll be having different conditions, because that is the key. He's a warrior. He is really experienced in the environment with the wind. And we're really looking forward to having the good performance from Teacher Zhang. And we had a communication with the research. Many people don't know much about the SS7. Do you want to talk more about this? I want to talk about the challenges for SS7, the special stage. More than 200 kilometers, special one. There is a speed limitation, so there will be longer time in driving. So there is a big circle in Taklimakan Desert. And the first part is 147 kilometers, the gravel road, and later there will be the road with a lot of sand, and there will be the 2 parts you need to come down and check in. 6 safety waypoint and 36 hidden waypoint. So not too difficult for the racers, but the main is not to make mistakes and make miracle. So today, I believe this will be a very wonderful race. I hope all the racers can have good performance. And now, let's focus on Baoding Technique live stream. Really hope our racers can have good performance again, and welcome back to Baoding live stream. And now it's about the technical part. Also, the heat management teacher, welcome, and friends from the live stream. I'm from technical center. We are just back from the front line, right? At the SS3, and then I come back because I need to do with some work here in Baoding. So really busy. And you experience the tense environment of the race. For Taklimakan Rally is rated as the Oriental Dakar Rally. There is a test for the vehicle and the racers. For the heat management, that is very important. Teacher J, can you share something about what is heat management? To be simple, for the whole vehicle, the parts related to the temperature control, like the heating, the heat dissipation, there will be the integrated system for managing it. The core technology is about the engine, gearbox, and other parts, and so they will work in the appropriate temperature range. and also the heat protection of some parts, and also the comfort level. So there are many parts we need to consider. So in summer, we'll go to desert, and there will be the test day, and you were part of the test also. Let's take a look at the video. And for the heat management, what kind of design did we get for Taklimakan Valley this time? Taklimakan Desert, the surface temperature can be as high as 7 degrees Celsius. And for the desert there, the sand is really soft, really fine, just like the flour. So in this kind of situation, there is a low speed and high speed driving consistently, and the visibility is not good, and there will be high requirement for the power and high requirement for the heat management, strict requirements. So for off-road racing cars, there is the high-level design and standards, the framework and the hardware and tactic. We did all the upgrading for the framework. There is a cooling system, good cooling system, like the engine, gearbox, and the engine and the battery. They operate separately, entirely separate. So they will not influence each other. And for the hardware, we had the super huge heat dissipation module, and the heat dissipation is the bigger and thicker. For the hybrid vehicle, we have the high power electric fan, and with the fan, and the heat dissipation has increased by more than 60%. No matter for the low speed driving or other speed, we can face different difficulties calmly. And we had the air conditioning from the factory, so the driver and the co-driver can have better performance. And finally, for the tactic, the entire system for getting the standards, we did that based on the standards of the Taklimakan Valley. So for the pump, electric fan, and the electric exchange device, we did the upgrading and improvement, so it can perform normally in extreme condition. So in the video, we also saw that so dusty in the desert. So in this situation, maybe the water tank and the heat dissipation may be influenced. The heat dissipation may be different. Do we have some heat management related to dust? Yes. The sand. So for the sand will make the heat dissipation rate will be lowered by that, especially for the area with so much dust, and the heat dissipation can be reduced by 40%. And we had multi-layer protection. First, the performance of heat dissipation, we talked about the overall heat dissipation improved by more than 65%. So to prevent this kind of elevation, and we had the staged protection system structure, and we improved the outlet of the wind, so the dust can quickly pass and will not stay in the vehicle. Another thing is that we improved the angle and the position of the module, and the heat dissipation is the one with the bigger distance, so there will be no sticking of the sand or overlapping. Heat management control, we have done the improvement in this regard. Before the increase of the temperature, we increase the power and to offset the negative influence and to make sure it can perform normally. So many considerations we know for Taklimakan racing cars. They are performing good. That's also related to the summer testing. The summer testing, how long will it take? For the heat management summer testing. We did that in different locations, like the desert, at the place with the Shanshan also is one of the locations. July to August, the hottest months. We take 2 months, around 2 months to do the summer testing. Why we choose desert? Because the constant high temperature and for the heat management, there is the toughest situation. And in this scenario, the power system, air conditioning system, heat dissipation, they are facing a lot of pressure. And there's a good big test for the vehicle. And our main work is to conduct heat management testing and do the upgrading and make the improvement so the users can off-road continuously. For the testing, we go uphill and there will be the ridge and across different ways. So in summer, noontime, the hottest time, and we do the testing to make sure the performance of the vehicle. So really tough environment. I'm curious, as part of the summer testing, and in this testing, do you have something really unforgettable and share that with our friends? We were in the Ulanbuhe desert at the time, and the high-voltage vehicle testing and the condition of the vehicle was not too good. The hybrid system had a little bit problem, so there was the motor and electric, the battery could not work. In this situation, for other vehicles facing this problem, maybe they need to get rescued. But for our high-voltage vehicle, the hybrid one cannot work, but we still have the engine. So in that situation, we focus on the engine, and the engine helped the vehicle to move out from that place. And later, the heat dissipation of that already damaged, and with the drive of the motor, we were able to move the vehicle out of the place. So we felt really reassured. Our vehicle is really reliable. Another story is that at the time, we were in the Badanjini desert, Nisangguo, and there was a vehicle. But Nisangguo, that location, there was a problem with the vehicle. Because they were doing the testing, we were not able to move them. And we tried to provide some assistance, and we need to go down. And several hundred meters going downhill, we need to go down. So noontime, summer, the sand was really hard. If you go down, the sand will touch your legs and enter your shoes, and you feel really hard, burning sensation. But you have to go down. So no matter you stand there, you feel really hard, or you walk around and you touch really hard sand. So there's the process of burning your skin. So you need to go down really quickly. So you need to go down while suffering that kind of burning sensation. So after this, we can imagine how difficult is that. This is very interesting. And also, we can see the hard work and effort from our engineers and other partners. We all know that the Taklimakan long distance, high intensity driving, for the gearbox and other parts, there will be the heat problem, and we need to do the coordinated temperature control, how to manage that. So in the race, our engine, the gearbox, and also other systems, there will be the heat generation in high temperature. We need to have the very good air condition, the cooling effect. and there will be the conflict of the heat generation. So we need to analyze this in advance. Think about the needs of the heat dissipation requirements. We do the testing for the cooling modules to test the heat dissipation capability and have a tactic and do the control and arrange the temperature. And there is the engine gearbox and separate cooling system, so the system will not interfere with each other. And so the controller, and we have this static and do the distribution and also the flow and the power of the electric fan and do the balance in terms of heat management. So we know that GWM focus on quality. It's not just about the vehicle. It focuses on more on the spare parts. Can you share something about the engines, gearbox, and heat dissipation? The heat management labs experiments. So for Taklimakan Rally, Taklimakan Desert is a very hot place for the vehicle, and it is also a very tough test for all the parts in the vehicle. So in order to do with this, we need to do the testing for these spare parts. We need to do the research, and we do that in our center. Dozens of the testing, and the test perform all the time. The high temperature endurance, and the vehicle need to run for. The motor need to run for more than 1,000 hours, and the temperature can be as high as 950 degrees Celsius. And you can see the hose releasing the gas. The color can change into red color, and we have the cold temperature testing, and the test related to the difference, big change of the vehicle. The testing related to the cold weather. And you can see the temperature is really low. And after this extreme testing, we apply this in the off-road racing cars and other civilian vehicles. So there will be reliable experience for our users. So for this testing, the purpose is to remove the risk factors of the spare parts. For the first stage testing and also the testing for the spare parts, we think about the full picture in advance, the performance, we know the background information. And just now, we showed you the parts inside and also the high temperature durability and low temperature storage and also the heat-related management. Just like the information you can see in the video, we have this kind of testing. So for the test, we can feel that the purpose of that is to provide reassuring driving experience for our users. And the colony transmission, there is this kind of testing related to the motor. Just now, we can see get the information from the lab and the testing in our testing center. I also want to ask a question. The friends in the live stream also cares about this question. So heat management, before we go off-road or use the vehicle, normally, do we have ways to protect the vehicle or the tactic to drive the vehicle better? For the race and also the testing, summer testing, after this we have some suggestions to provide. The first thing is that we need to clean the coolants and also the heat dissipation device. If it's too dirty, the heat dissipation will be worse. And second, for the long-term driving or before the off-road driving, we need to check the coolant and check the situation of that. And when we do the daily maintenance, we need to use the liquids from our original factory. In summer, avoid, if it's possible, we need to go into neutral gear, if possible, neutral gear. So they will be better for the vehicle. And also the temperature of the oil or the water too high, and you need to stop the vehicle. Now you should not stop the engine right away. And that will avoid some heat loss, heat damage. So after knowing this, we want to know for Taklimakan Rally, there is the heat deviation performance. How do you think about our vehicles in this regard? So for the power and the heat dissipation system, the performance is stable. There is no reduced of the power. In order to achieve this goal, just now we mentioned that from a hardware, software, and in the control part, we have done a lot to do the improvements, so our vehicles can have good performance in long distance rally. Thank you, TCJ. So in this process, we have provided some explanation for you and some suggestions, and that is the experience from Mr. J as an engineer. And also, like 2 days ago, he just came back here from Xinjiang 2 days ago, and thank him for the wonderful sharing. Thank you again. Please remember to continue to follow our live stream. Every time we'll provide a wonderful information.
GWM, go with more. GWM, go with more. GWM. Go with more.